So I just want to say thank you for tuning in. If you tune in with
Absolutely.
this episode of Bitch for Real podcast, it falls on the umbrella of other things like East West Connect and anything we want to talk about. I am Hella Fly La, your host.
And I am Callie, your co-host. I absolutely love you if you have stuck around with us.
Yeah.
I know it's been up and down and, not with us necessarily, but just life. And trying to get back to you all. So I definitely appreciate excuse me. Shout out to you for sticking with us through the ups and downs.
But I just want to say thank you because anybody that follows don't have to do it. And
absolutely.
I appreciate you for taking the time to comment, say something, DM me. Please continue to do that. Let me know if there's some things we need to be talking about, some things we're not talking about.
Yep.
Your likes, your dislikes, anything. Some things might be facts, some things not, allegedly, whatever. Don't hold us accountable for nothing. We just talking about things people talking about. As my tagline says, people talking anyway. Why can't we? That's all.
Correct.
All I'm saying is that it's not fake news, it's news.
No, and don't sue us.
Okay. So let's just get into it. Let's start this conversation talking about Lizzo.
All right, let's do it.
Lizzo is in the news.
Yes.
Allegedly for being nasty.
Yeah, which took a whole bunch of people by surprise.
Surprise.
Myself included. She does a lot of body positivity things, is always standing up for, yes, does a lot of body positivity, seems like a girl's girl. And according to these two former dancers, allegedly, that's not what happened.
She just did that song Pink and Barbie.
And I was loving it. I was actually vibing to that song a whole lot.
She went to the strip club.
Yes. But alternatively, they recently got on TMZ with their lawyer, and for some reason,
let's start with what was said. The claims or the allegations are Lizzo had her dancers feeling very uncomfortable, made them go to the strip club, made them perform some acts that they didn't want to act out. And they was like, Lizzo, we don't want to do it. And they was, and Lizzo was like, you better come or you're going to lose your job. Something like that or whatever. So now Lizzo in trouble. And now Lizzo spoke out and she was like, yeah, I went to the club, but I ain't make them do nothing, whatever, Lizzo, you did something. Azalea Banks definitely think you did something, but go ahead.
And so after all of that, of course, the court of public opinion was, harsh as usual. And so now the two dancers have gone on to TMZ with their lawyer, and that kind of made things look like a circus a little bit, because it's like, okay, if you're serious about this, and not saying they aren't serious, why TMZ? It kind of bungles things around a little bit,
I don't really TMZ, but anyway.
But exactly, that's true too. We will see how this plays out. This is a lot of stuff, a lot of information. We'll start getting information about this, but it has shocked a lot of people. Everybody did not have Lizzo being a mean girl on their bingo card. I was shocked. I'm not the biggest, like, if you held a gun to my head and told me to sing a Lizzo song, I'm out of here. I don't know a whole bunch of her music. I'm gone. But the character that's put out there, the person that I saw, happy, smiling, playing the flute, you wouldn't think a flute player would be a mean girl, but here we are at band camp. You know what I mean?
We don't know to be a mean girl. That's what they're saying.
We don't know.
Right.
And again, it's just alleged that she's being a mean girl.
I just think maybe if she didn't get what she wanted to eat, she could be a little cranky. And I'm not saying that because
come on, man.
When I'm at work and I don't have breakfast, I feel like my sugar's down. Somebody be like, good morning. I'm kind of cranky. And I know
that's not fair to put on her. Everybody's a little bit upset if they don't have food when they need it. That's not fair. People can become hangry. So we don't know that this is the case here.
And
but
instead of giving her a Snicker, she was sneaky and went to the club with her dancers and took her anger out on them. It's possible.
Jeez, I'm not going to agree with you there. All right, let's let's get on to the next thing.
Yeah, okay, we can do that. So that was it about Lizzo. So recently, as I was scrolling down my timeline, I wanted to talk about age gaps. And the reason why I wanted to talk about that, because I see that Drea allegedly is dating one of the new rookies, basketball players. And what team did he go to?
The Houston Rockets.
Houston Rockets. And he is how old?
Just turned 21.
Just turned 21. And Drea is
38.
38. Drea's 38. So according to my calculations, Drea is some years older than him.
Correct.
Not only Drea, we see this with allegedly, what's her name with the nice fake body? What's her name?
Bernice Burgos.
Bernice Burgos is dating, allegedly, I don't know this to be true. What's my dude name from the Boston Celtics? I should have these facts, but
Jaylen Brown. Is that his name?
Jaylen Brown. Is it Jaylen Brown?
I think that's his name. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to look.
Jaylen Brown. And she's way older than him. But these is women, older women dating younger men, and they're all adults. They're all adults. It's just a huge age gap, and we see this with Diddy and Carisha, Jay-Z and Beyonce. You know, so we see this all the time. But when is too many years too much?
I don't know. And I think that's up to the individual. You know, as you pointed out, this is something that males have been engaging in for quite some time, probably since the beginning of time, dating women that are much, much, much younger than they are. And is it now something that we need to turn our nose up on when it is women in fact dating much, much younger men? Should we turn to them with vitriol? You know, I really can't, judge again, because men have been doing this for, I'm sorry.
I said, I'm gonna tell you how I feel, but go ahead. I don't want to cut you off.
Oh, I just feel like, we shouldn't hold women to a higher standard than we do men. And it really is up to the individual what you feel you can and cannot tolerate it. Is it a bit icky looking on the outside in? Yeah, because that could very well be around her son's age and things of that nature, so it makes it kind of, what could you possibly have in common? For me personally, that is not my cup of tea. But again, everyone in the situation is grown. It is not as if she's dating an actual child.
Right.
And people should do what they feel comfortable with, as long as it is not hurting anybody. You are not hurting children. It is your life.
Of course. I don't feel like it's hurting the person that you're dating. Because if you're a younger guy dating an older woman who looks like Dre and Bernice Burgos, you're not mad at that. You actually feel like you the man, the shoulders off, she want to mess with me. They might not be angry, but the family members are, right?
But it's not your family member's life. It's yours.
You're absolutely right. But if I've been taking care of my son for all these years, he finally go pro, he is still my young son. I still want the best for him. Yes, he's about to make a whole bunch of money. Now he's going to be taking care of me, but that's still my son. Physically, you can see this little boy. Obviously, that's how I feel. You see this grown man, or this man looks like a child. If you have a child that's like 3 years younger than the person you're dating, Miss Mamas, you should not be dating him.
Agreed. That's why I said there's
know what that's going to feel like.
Again, I don't want to say
know what that's going to feel like. It just does not look right.
And but I'm not going to say my vitriol for women. I'm so very sorry. Again,
saying for women. First of all, Puffy dating Carisha to me is just too young, because she's close in age with his kids. To me, that's just too young. I mean, what is it that you need from them? What is it that you seek from them? What is the comfort that you want to get out of this individual that's so close in age with your child?
I don't know, perhaps youth.
I'm just saying, if he got daughters. What if all of a sudden Travis Scott want to date his daughters? I don't think he's gonna be too cool with that. But I mean, I don't know.
Probably not,
Nasty
and
is
that's because
nasty.
we have different standards set for girls and boys than we and men and women. It seems like one lives by one standard, and that's just society. It's not just these individuals. It is the standards that society has set for women and girls and boys and men. Not
Right.
anybody's fault. Not pointing a finger at anybody. That's just how it is.
I just have an opinion. Everybody has an opinion.
Oh,
I
of course.
just feel
Of
like
course.
if it look young and it smell young, it's young. I also wanted to talk about the transference of energy. I'll tell you what I mean. I'll tell you what I mean by that. I'm at work. I have a worker come up to me with a nasty attitude, says something ridiculous. So, I go to my manager and I'm like, so-and-so said this. There was a meeting. It was brought up. Basically, that person knew I was the only person that could have spread the news. So I guess I'm a snitch. I'm the gossiper, whatever. So they come up to me and they're like, so I heard something was said, but the way they saying it to me, they're not saying it to me exactly how I said. So they playing stupid. So I'm playing stupid. At the end of the day, if you want to know if I said what you said, just say it. And I'll be like, yeah, I said it, because I don't have a problem repeating what you said. That was wrong. I don't understand why people have a problem with you having a problem with the crap that they just did.
Right.
It's like, if you give me this energy and I give it back to you, how can you be mad?
Well, simply because it is tough for, again, as a societal thing, it is easy to dish out all type of feelings and expect people to have to deal with your feelings, however you're feeling. But in retrospect, you don't want to have that thrown back at you. You know what I mean? It's difficult to have that same.
This is not just at work. This is just a situation that I have.
It's in general.
Even in friendships.
In general, yeah.
Right. Like, I'm definitely tired of pouring my all into friends that give me a little. And I don't have a lot of friends that do that. I love my friends. So friends, I'm not necessarily talking about y'all. I'm just talking about people who give minimal, but want 100%. And when you start giving them minimal, then you're shady and you're funny acting. Stop. Fuck the bullshit.
I think that's just, again, like a societal thing. Like we're in an era where people want minimal effort with maximum outcome. You know what I mean? And it's the same thing with friendships. If I just, give a little crumb here and there, I expect you to have an entire cookie for me, for my crumbs. And that's not how this works. I mean, friendships are still relationships that still need to be nourished. And, people should know that. Friends still need you to be there for them. Sometimes, you need friends. Sometimes friends need you. Sometimes friends could be going through dark times and you have no idea. You know what I mean? Because you're so self-absorbed.
I definitely believe if that's your friend, you should be there for them through thick and thin, through the good, through the bad, through the drama, and everything. But it comes a time where you cannot continuously give 100% when you definitely know that person devalues your efforts and give you minimal. I'm not doing it no more. I done been gullible enough. I done been burnt. I done been not like that. Not like that. I mean, I done been hurt by some friends, and I'm not doing it. The only thing I want to pour my oil into now is me, my relationship, and my family. And sometimes you have to put limitations on that. So if I could put limitations on the people that I love with all my heart, I definitely
absolutely
put limitations on you. If I'm not that important, neither are you. And I think life is short. We're realizing life is, the older you get, the more you realize life is short. That's just a given. And I don't have time to continuously overlook the bullshit. The energy you give me is the energy I'm gonna give you. Take that, hold it, live with it, deal with it. Period.
And at the end of the day, simple as this: love on the people who love on you. That's it.
That's right. So to all my friends, I love y'all. And to the motherfuckers that's giving minimal, if you haven't heard from me in a while, It was you, not me.
Jeez.
That's fucked up.
Okay, next topic.
Let me take a drink there.
Next topic.
Yeah, let's talk about those. How do you feel about JT's No Bars?
It was excellent. I think she really did slide on that very well. To the shock of a lot of people.
She rode the beat. I love the way she rode the beat.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
She took some shots.
She did, you know, and hey, a hit dog a holler.
She took some shots and they landed.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's why when Offset came out with Jealousy, Cardi B took some shots back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But my personal opinion, I definitely feel like JT write her bars. Cardi, I don't think so. So to me, I feel like Offset hit JT back, or maybe Cardi did. Who knows? But I mean, it's good for music.
It absolutely is.
It's good to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's hard. I like No Bars better than Jealousy.
I'm gonna have to agree with you there.
Because at the end of the day, I'm not jealous, particularly. I mean, nowadays, most people that live in the real world probably wouldn't want to trade their life in for Cardi B's and Offset's or JT's.
I mean, let's be honest, there are a lot of people that are living in the real world that's their life. That her situation is not unique. So can't just throw that on her. There are plenty of women in that situation, the same one that she's in right now. So
you never let me have it. You never let me have it, but I appreciate it.
I mean, you know.
Right is right, wrong is wrong. Right.
Basically.
Yeah, I mean, that's the real world. So let me stop acting like their life is fluff. I'm a barb, so I'll be throwing a little bit of shade.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, jealous of what?
Again, we could say that for anybody that's out here. We all know somebody right now that thinks that people are jealous of them, and there's people out here jealous of what? You know what I mean? It's happens on all facets of life. It's not something that's just reserved for Cardi and Offset and whoever else.
You're absolutely right. So I Spice came out with Deli and some other
absolutely songs. Brilliant.
She took absolutely some brilliant. Too.
Yes.
I'm here for it.
Mm-hmm.
In the deli with my chopped cheese. That song go hard. Travis Scott. What you think about Travis Scott album?
I took a breeze through it. It definitely has some echoes of Kanye West. And a couple of songs up there that are pretty good. Like I said, I kind of breezed through it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I listened to a couple of songs in the car. I feel like if the first 3 songs ain't got me, I'll get back to it.
Yeah.
I'll get back to it.
Yeah.
I'll get back to it. Now, Doja, even though she get on my nerve and she don't get on my nerve, undeniably, she is creative.
Absolutely. Again, I've likened it to being in an abusive relationship because I love Doja. I do these past, and it makes me think about, should we be judging an artist? Like, we know more about artists now than we ever have. We have more insight to their life because of social media and whatever else. And we also have people that have become like armchair detectives.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
You say you like into an abusive relationship. Have you been in an abusive relationship?
I have not. So I don't want to take that away from anybody. I'm absolutely not trying to make light of this.
Okay.
Or make light of anybody in an abusive relationship. So
please, you shouldn't say that, because an abusive relationship could be hell.
It can. So I take that back.
Okay.
I just feel like, it's very in a toxic relationship. I'll put it like that. We're in a toxic relationship.
Okay.
And because I absolutely, loved her from Amala all the way up until now. All of her albums have been absolute fire. Cannot deny that. It's like, when do we separate the art from the artist? Because there's probably tons of great artists that we all know about that are absolutely crappy people, that we would not have anything to do with. were it not for their art.
Elise Doja put it out there. She doesn't really hide anything. She shows all her, well,
I mean, do you have a choice now in this day and age? You really don't, because everybody goes and searches. We have trolls. We have all this stuff now. Things are absolutely different from the times where, celebrity was kind of a mystique. When the times like Michael Jackson, we didn't know a whole bunch about him. You know what I mean? Celebrities were able to hide behind the allure, the mask, the magic of being a celebrity. We didn't know a whole bunch of stuff about Prince.
Right.
And then,
so like, now it's like, I like the music, but as soon as somebody says something bad about you, it's, oh, I don't like you no more. I don't get into that because we're not in it to like what you do on an everyday basis. We're in it to like your craft. So sometimes you got to separate the two, but if it becomes too cloudy, then you definitely have to say, I'm not rocking with you because I don't get down with that.
And alternately, I was going to say that, you have a right as an individual to put your money and your support and your fandom behind whoever's ideals you line up with. You know what I mean? I think that she's immensely talented. It's nice to hear somebody rapping.
Shots at Remy. Because Remy went on a platform and was like, oh, she's not a rapper, she's a singer. And Doja was like, pop sells, and rightfully so. I don't think you should discredit a person's art form when you ain't got nothing out on the radio. Because let's be for real, if we waiting on Remy, by the time she dropped that album, it's not going to be 7 winters and 6 summers or 6 summers and 7 winters. It'll be about 14 of those.
I don't think that that's coming out anymore. And I don't think that we're going to get that particular album anymore. But I do agree with you in the fact that
I wanted to talk about what's going on in Florida and how they want to remove Black history out of the schools and damn near out of the state of Florida.
The most important teacher I ever had in my life in high school was my African-American studies teacher. He taught me some of the most vital things, and that was in my high school, an elective that you could take, and that class was always full. One of the most magnificent, wonderful men I've ever known, insightful, taught us all some of the most important lessons we were ever going to learn. And it's quite a shame that children in Florida cannot and will not be able to have that same opportunity. I find it quite laughable that children like Ruby Bridges and lots of teenage children that had to go into schools that were being integrated had to face grown adults with signs and, having horrible things to say to them, trying to throw things, all types of stuff. And they could deal with that. But children in Florida are too sensitive to deal with learning that fact.
Right. And not just Florida, because they're doing it in other states too, but Florida is just really projecting. DeSantis is just outright.
I don't have.
It's just, I don't care. The thing about it is, I was having this argument with somebody and they was like, a Black woman. And she was like, I agree. People pay taxes and they don't pay taxes for their kids to go to school and be harmed. And I'm looking at her like, are you for real? Because you're around my age. I remember going to school and reading books where they had pictures of Harriet Tubman and all the other people. And all the kids would just look at you like, is that your aunt? And you just sitting there just feeling, a certain type of way, but you had to take that because it was the lesson that was being taught. You had to go home and talk about it. If you talked about it and your mother had to make you feel a certain type of way, if you had a parent to pour into you and not take away from it, right? So if these kids go to school and they learn what white people did to Black and brown people, and it make you feel a type of way, it's not to harm you. It's for your parents to say, hey, this was our ancestors. This is not going on anymore. This is how we can change it. Or this is how we still feel or whatever. It's a feeling that you're going to have. Deal with it. Take it home like homework and sort it out there, because we had to go through it. We had to go home and was like, Mama, am I a slave? You know what I mean? And then your parent had to sit there and be like, no, you wasn't, but grandma was. And grandma in North Carolina. Grandma ain't even gone. Did it make me feel bad? Yes. Did it make me want to be better? Yes. So maybe it'll make them feel bad and make them want to be better, but you don't get to lie about it. Even if it's elective and you have the opportunity to say, I want to take this class, but to take it away and to change it and lie and say slavery helped people, was beneficial. Seriously?
You know, like you said at the top of the show, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Whether that opinion is idiotic is up to them.
Right. And you're definitely right. This is my opinion. And I have to stick by the rules that I put up there. But sometimes it's just ridiculous and maddening. So how about the Vogue dancer in Brooklyn?
Yeah, you know, I think it's just widespread that we all think or have this idea in our head that LGBTQAI plus people are safe in major cities like New York and LA, and that there's no hate crimes and things like that that go on. Well, there is, and there was. And this was in Brooklyn. And again, you feel like this is a safe space. This young man pumping gas, listening to Beyonce, voguing, minding his business on a Saturday night, going to have fun, was unfortunately murdered by someone that turned out to be 17 years old. It's very young to have and harbor so much hate in your heart.
For dancing.
Yes.
There was no dance battle. He wasn't dancing at you. He was just enjoying himself and you felt uncomfortable and you took him away from Earth.
Yes. Very sad.
Fucking shame.
Very sad.
It's a shame. And I don't know, the name of the gentleman and too much about that. So I don't really want to stay on that topic because I don't want to get anything wrong. When you think it's a safe space, it might not be a safe space. So you have to watch your circles tight. You have to have your eyes on a swivel because people are out there to hurt you in the midst of you being happy, which is a shame.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a shame. People are mad at everything. They mad that men get their nails painted.
Right.
Seriously,
I just feel like, if more people minded their own business, things like that wouldn't harm or hurt you. They don't anyway. Men painting nails has nothing to do with you, nothing to do with your everyday life. It is not harming you in any way, shape, or form. And if you're secure with yourself, things like that shouldn't bother you.
I think we covered some things currently. Maybe we made sense, maybe we didn't, but that's just the nature of how this podcast goes. So I got some announcements to share.
All right.
I want to talk about Let's Go Hiking.
All right.
Let's Go Hiking is an all women's social group where they hike, they meet up for social interactions, for introverts, extroverts, for different things, for health, for networking. At least that's what I believe. You could go on their website and check them out so you can get the truth about them. But
yes, so check them out on IG, on TikTok.
Yeah.
They post content up there. If you are a person, a queer person, a queer woman that wants to get out there, meet other queer women, have an interest in hiking, or just want to get out and meet other people, do something outdoors. If you're in the Atlanta area, definitely check them out. They meet up all over the place. Follow along with them to see where they'll be next, where you can meet nice women next. Yes. We joined them on their hike up to Stone Mountain. It was excellent. Everybody was friendly. Great way to meet new people. Great way to get your sweat on, get your workout on. It was awesome. So definitely, again, if you're in the Atlanta area, definitely check them out. Queers and Beers also host a night on Wednesday nights after work. You can meet up, meet queer people like yourself, and have great beers at Hip and Hop again. So definitely check them out. They have an IG as well as a TikTok. Look them up if you're in the area. Great vibe. Definitely recommend.
How about Alt Atlanta?
And Alt Atlanta, I have not been to any of their get-togethers that they have, but they've had several at the Illuminarium list. It looks very fun. Definitely check them out too. It is Alt Atlanta. You can find them on Twitter or X, whatever we're calling it now, and any other social media platform. If you are looking to meet Black queer people as well, have fun day parties, things like that. So much emphasis on Black. Yes, there is. Definitely get out there and check it out.
Alt Atlanta definitely has some guidelines to follow. I'm sure it's for everyone, but pay attention to what they're about. Yes. See if it's for you.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, and it's definitely a safe space. as long as you don't got people surrounding you trying to hurt you. So you got to look around, keep your head on a swivel.
Yes.
At all times. If you see somebody in a black coat,
yeah.
It might not just be grunge. I take that back. But I pay attention to stuff like that.
Oh.
If it's the summertime, you got an all black coat on.
All right. We're not doing that.
I'm looking at you. You might be emo. You might be psycho.
Okay. We're not doing that to emo people or any or persons.
Like emo. I'm just saying. I'm paying attention.
I know. Okay.
Anyway, maybe I should just stop there.
Yes.
So anyway, we'll end this on a better note. We'll talk about Beyonce's in town this weekend.
Absolutely. We are very excited to be going.
Saturday the 12th, Monday the 14th.
Yes.
Atlanta's going to be on fire.
Yes, it is all weekend.
So everybody has to be on what?
Everybody needs to be on mute.
Let's just try it.
All right.
Everybody on mute. Woo!
Shut your ass up.
So I think the whole point is when she say be on mute and everybody get quiet, people thinking, oh, we got quiet for 2 seconds. No, it's whoever stay quiet the longest.
Yes.
Damn it.
Please, let's show out Atlanta, specifically on the 12th. Please.
Chicago got it.
Show everybody. Right now they do.
Got
Let's definitely show everybody how it's done. Let's be on mute. Let's do it. We can do it together.
We could do this.
This hat is also See, Conquer, and Destroy.
Girl, they got some dope hats, and thank you so much for providing me hats. For your originality, your authenticity, the good quality. See, Conquer, and Destroy. Look them up on.
Definitely check them out on IG. Yes.
They have nothing to do with the content on my show, but they have everything to do.
No, they don't. But it's still fly shit. So go and check it out.
So once again, thank you for tuning in to Bitch for Real podcast, East West Connect. I'm your host, Hella Fly La. My co-host was
Callie.
And we appreciate you guys. So
yes, we do.
Thank you.
Thank you for always sticking with us through the ups and the downs, the highs, the lows. And maybe I'm here, maybe I'm a post, maybe I'm not.
Time.
Yes. So if you had stuck it out with us, thank you. Love each and every one of you.
And it's over already? You gotta be kidding me. That was actually dope.
What's your thought?
See you next time.